morning or afternoon or evening whenever you are moving today. Welcome back or welcome to Living Lightly. Today we're going to be doing a mindful movement, and I thought what better time to do it while I'm out in nature and just getting to enjoy God's creation than to do a mindful movement. So if you can, maybe you take your mat outside and get some vitamin D as well and just enjoy the sounds of nature around you, or maybe you just enjoy the view from back here. But today all you need is your mat. We are going to be doing a little bit of a longer flow, a little bit of a power flow. We're going to get our heart rate up a little bit maybe, and most importantly we're going to get a deep stretch in while we focus our thoughts, our heart, and our body back on to our Creator God. So we're actually going to start today at the top of our mat, coming into a mountain pose. I've been in the mountains this week, and I have this beautiful mountain behind me, and as I was reflecting, the Psalm 121 just came to mind. So we're going to actually start in a mountain pose together. So we'll start, feet are about hip width apart. We're going to roll our shoulders back, palms face forward, thinking about lifting up through the crown of your head, bringing the ears over your shoulders, shoulders over your hips here. Just start to breathe. Maybe you close your eyes if you feel comfortable here. Reaching the pinkies forward. And just coming into this strong foundational pose. So today, all of our movements, all of our poses are going to be kind of surrounding this mountain pose. It may seem very simple, but there's a lot of complexities that go into this mountain pose. We're rooting through all four corners of our feet. We're lifting up tall through the spine, finding that alignment. And as you start to just breathe here, start to notice your breath, maybe notice the sounds around you. I'm going to read our passage over us here together. So starting in Psalm 121, verse 1 and 2, it says, I lift my eyes up to the mountains or to the hills. From where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord who made heaven and earth. And I'll read it again here. So think about lifting up tall through the spine, rooting down through your feet. I lift my eyes up to the mountains. Where will my help come from? My help comes from the Lord who made heaven and earth. Breathing deeply here. Just allow that passage just to come over your mind. Because Psalm 121 is part of the Psalms of Ascent, where they would be traveling up to Jerusalem, so they would have to literally lift their eyes up. But I also love that we can lift our eyes up. It reminds me to look ahead. They look ahead with hope. And they're reminding themselves, where does their help come from? Their help, their strength comes from the Lord. Taking a deep breath, we're going to sweep the arms up overhead here, finding this length through the spine. And exhale, we're going to fold it out, rolling down one vertebrae at a time here. Coming down into this forward fold. Just allow your torso to hang heavy here. Maybe you find a little sway side to side. You can nod the head yes or shake the head no. And we're going to inhale, lift up halfway. Think about lengthening through the spine here. Drawing, again, finding that length from that mountain pose. Loop the shoulders back. Deep breath in. Exhale, we'll roll it down. Coming back to that forward fold. Planting our palms, we're going to set it back to a plank position or a plank variation. If you'd like to lower down onto your knees, you can here. We're going to hug the elbows in, take a deep breath in, and on your exhale, we're going to lower all the way down to our belly. Coming onto the tops of our feet, let's loop the shoulders back, draw the elbows back as we lift the head up. Looking ahead, deep breath in. And on our exhale, we'll press it up into a tabletop position, curling our toes under. We're going to send our hips up and back, coming into this downward facing dog. If your heels don't touch the mat, that is perfectly okay. You can pedal out through the feet if that feels good for you. Just starting to move a little bit. Wake up the body, noticing our breath. Inhale, let's look forward. Exhale, we'll walk it up to meet our hands, back into that forward fold. Good, rooting down through your feet here, finding our foundation. Let's sweep the arms up overhead, take a deep breath in. And on our exhale, we'll come back down into that mountain pose. Soften in our knees here. Inhale, sweep the arms up. You can look up maybe here. Exhale, let's dive it forward. Inhale, lift up halfway and lengthen through the spine. Draw the belly button up to the spine here. Exhale, roll it back down. Planting our palms, let's step it back to that plank position. Good, wrists are in line with our shoulders here. Hug the elbows in. You have the option to lower down onto the knees if you need to. Let's lower all the way down to the belly again. And inhale, we'll loop the shoulders back. Lift up tall through the spine. Deep breath in. Exhale, we'll make our way to downward facing dog. Good, pedal to the feet a little bit if this feels good for you. Good, we're gonna lift the heels up. Inhale, coming onto your tiptoes. And on our exhale, we're gonna gently rock the heels over towards the right here. Just finding this stretch in the side body. Breathing deeply. So already starting to fire up through our core. Engaging that strength. My help, my strength comes from the Lord here. Inhale, let's lift our heels up. And exhale, we'll rock it down to the left. Pressing up and out of your shoulders, really rooting down through your palms here, finding this side body stretch. Breathing deeply. Inhale, let's lift our heels up. And on our exhale, we'll lower our knees down onto our mat. Coming into this tabletop position, bringing your wrists in line with your shoulders, knees about hip-width apart under your hips. We're just gonna take a couple of cat-cows here, warming up our spine a little bit more. Looping the shoulders back, let's lift the crown of the head, lift the tailbone up. Good, finding this flexion and extension of the spine. On our exhale, we're gonna tuck our chin to our chest, press up and out of your shoulders, and tuck your tailbone under. Really finding that length between the shoulder blades here. Inhale, we'll lift the heart, lift the pelvis, lift the heart. Exhale, press up and out of your shoulders. Find that rounding through the spine. And then just follow your breath here. Good, exhale, round it up. I'll lift my eyes up to the mountains or up to the hills. Where does my help come from? It comes from the Lord, creator of heaven and earth. Loop the shoulders back, lift the heart. Exhale, round. We'll do one more each way here. Inhale, lift the heart, find that openness of the chest and the shoulders. Exhale, round through the spine. Coming back into a neutral position, take a deep breath in. And on our exhale, we're gonna bump the hips over to the left as we look over the right shoulder here. Think about drawing that lower rib and your hip together. Inhale, we'll come back to center and take it to the other side. Bump the hips over to the right, look over the left shoulder. Bring the rib and the hip together. Inhale, center. Exhale it over. Inhale, center. Exhale it over. We'll do one more each way here. Exhale it over, just finding this stretch, this length in the side body. Inhale, center. Exhale it over. Coming back into center here, walking the hands out in front of us slightly. Let's curl the toes under. Take a deep breath in, and on your exhale, we're gonna send our hips up and back to that downward facing dog. So Psalm 121, again, it's a psalm of ascent, but the title of it is the assurance of God's protection. So the author of this psalm is reminding himself to look up, to remind ourselves that God is our strength. Let's inhale, look forward. Exhale, walk it up to meet your hands. Back into that forward fold. Good. Rooting down to rise up here. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. And exhale, we'll bring our hands back down to that mountain pose. Good. Interlacing the fingers up overhead. Let's take a deep breath in. You can extend your pointer fingers here if you'd like. we're going to take a slight back bend. Think about drawing the thumbs back, lifting the heart. Good, rooting down through your foundation. It doesn't have to be a huge back bend here. We're just opening up through the chest. Think about that song, I lift my eyes up. And just breathe here. Focus in on your breath. Hold the pose, not the breath. So I think it's a great reminder for us to lift our eyes up, not to, whenever we're focused in on ourselves or our current situation, a lot of times we round our shoulders, we look down, and we get so hyper-focused on what's in front of us. But looking up keeps everything in perspective here. Let's take a deep breath in. Maybe you find a little extra length. On your exhale, we're going to reach the arms up and over to the right. Find that side body stretch. Bring the lower rib and the hip together. Breathe here. Inhale, we'll come back to center. Exhale, let's find that side body stretch on the other side. Drawing the rib and the hip together here. Good, deep breath in. We'll lift it up. Maybe you take that slight back bend, rolling the shoulders back, opening up to the heart and the chest. And exhale, we'll release the hands and dive it forward, rolling back down to that forward fold. On your next inhale, we'll lift up halfway, lengthening through the spine. Picture that mountain pose here, that length that we had standing up. We're finding that length here. Exhale, we'll roll it down. Good. Sweeping the arms up overhead, we're going to send the hips back, coming into this chair pose. Starting to build a little strength here, build a little heat. Think about knitting your lower ribs together, drawing your belly button up, and see if you can press your weight into your heels here. Reaching the arms up. Let's lift our eyes up a little bit more. Reach the thumbs back. And exhale, we'll fold it out. Planting our palms. Let's step it back to that plank position or plank variation by lowering down onto the knees. You can lower down all the way, or if you'd like to start to build a little more strength, we're going to rock onto our toes, lower down halfway here. And on your inhale, we'll lift up for this baby cobra or full cobra here. Pressing up and out of your shoulders, lifting your eyes up, lift your heart up here. Reminding yourself that your strength comes from the Lord. Deep breath in. Exhale, let's find that downward facing dog. Rooting down through that right heel here. Inhale, sweep the left leg up. Press up and out of your shoulders. We're going to bend through that knee. And just start to open up through the hip by drawing a big circle with the knee one way. Focusing in on your breath. And then maybe you reverse that circle here. Just noticing any sticky spots or tightness, and see if you can breathe a little deeper here. And inhale, we'll extend the leg up towards the sky or up towards the ceiling here. And on your exhale, we'll bend this knee, lift the hips as we step forward into that low runner's lunge here. Bringing the knee and the ankle in alignment here. We're going to lower down onto our back knee, keeping the back toes curled under. Let's loop the shoulders back. Lift through the heart. Good. Starting to open up through the hips a little bit more here, getting this deep stretch. Good. Hug everything into your midline. And on our next inhale, we're going to press through this front foot strong and come to this low crescent. Or if you'd rather, come into more of a 90-90. Think about softening down through your tailbone. So we're bringing, if you're in that 90-90 variation, we're bringing our hip in line with our knee in line with the ankle here. Or if you'd like to open up the hips a little bit more, maybe you step that foot forward and come down into this low crescent lunge. Reaching the arms up overhead here. Think about if you can soften down through that left hip a little bit. Raise the right hip a little bit more. You'll feel that deeper stretch in your hip flexors here. Good, breathing deeply. Deep breath in. Lift the heart up. Maybe you take that slight back bend. And on our exhale, we're going to lower the hands, the fingertips down. Good, deep breath in. On our exhale, we're going to send our hips towards the back of our mat, flexing the toes up towards the face. Find that length to the spine, coming into this half split variation. Again, see if you can soften down through that left hip if it kind of popped up here. Raising the right hip slightly. Starting to open up through the hamstrings. Let's lift the heart, deep breath in. And on your exhale, maybe you find that rounding through the spine. Drawing the chin down to the chest. Breathe here. Take a deep breath in. On our exhale, we'll lift that back knee as we shift forward back into that low runner's lunge. Planting our palms, let's step it back to a plank position or plank variation and go for this reset here. Again, you can lower down onto the knees, hugging the elbows in. Maybe lower down either all the way or halfway here. Inhale, let's loop the shoulders back, lift the heart up. On your exhale, we'll find that downward facing dog. Rooting down through your left heel now. Inhale, sweep the right leg up towards the sky. And then we'll bend through that right knee and just start to open up through the hips with that circle here. Pressing up and out of your shoulders. Go ahead and reverse that circle if it feels good for you. Just noticing how this side feels maybe a little different than the other. Good. We'll inhale, find that length, extend the toes up towards the sky or up towards the ceiling here. And on your exhale, we'll lift the hips up, draw the knee in towards the chest, and step it forward, coming into that low runner's lunge. If you don't make it up there in one step, that's okay. You can always grab your ankle and guide it up. Okay, just starting to open up the hips here. We're going to lower down onto that back knee, keeping the toes curled under to get that deep stretch through the arch of our foot. Think about lengthening through the spine. Find that mountain pose even here. Good, rooting down through that front foot, hug everything into your midline, and sweep the arms up overhead, coming into this low crescent. Again, if it feels better for your hips, you can always come into that 90-90 variation instead. Pulling the thumbs back, lifting your eyes up, lifting your heart up, reminding yourself where your strength comes from. Deep breaths here. See if you can soften down through this right hip, lifting the left hip up a little bit more. Deep breath in, maybe pull the thumbs back, find that slight back bend. And on your exhale, we're going to flip our fingertips down and send the hips towards the back of your mat, coming into this half split on the other side, flexing the toes up towards the face. Lengthening through the spine. See if you can loop the shoulders back. Take a deep breath in, lift the heart up a little bit more. And on your exhale, maybe you drape the upper body down, drawing your chin towards your chest. And see if you can soften down through that right hip, opening up through our hip flexors a little bit more, our hamstrings. And take a deep breath in. On our exhale, we'll lift that back knee, coming to that low runner's lunge and going for that reset, planting our palms, step it back to that plank position. Take a deep breath in here. On our exhale, we'll lower down halfway. And on your inhale, we'll loop the shoulders back, lift the heart. Maybe come to this full cobra, or if you want a different sensation, a different challenge, you can press into the tops of the feet, lift the thigh bones up off the mat, drawing your belly button to your spine, and lifting your heart. Deep breath in here. Exhale, you can lower down onto the knees, curl the toes under, and send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. On your exhale, walk it up to meet your hands in that forward fold. Press into your foundation, sweep the arms up overhead, find that length. And on your exhale, we'll come back down to that mountain pose. Okay, just noticing how your body feels, how your breath feels. If you've lost that rhythm, just return back to it. Breathing deeply here. Let's inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. This time on our exhale, we're going to send our hips back, coming back down to that low chair pose, having our weight in our heels here. Roll the shoulders back. Think about plugging your shoulder blades down as you find that openness through the shoulders here. You got it, building a little strength. Inhale, we'll lift the heart up. Exhale, fold it out to that forward fold. Inhale, we'll lift up halfway, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, roll it down. Planting our palms, step it back to that plank position here. Good, going for that reset. Hug the elbows in, lowering down halfway. On your inhale, we'll lift up, lift your eyes up, lift your heart up. Exhale, take it back, downward facing dog. Planting down through that right heel. Inhale, sweep the left leg up. Little challenge here, lift the heel of the right foot. On your exhale, we're gonna draw that left knee towards the left elbow, shift forward. On your inhale, send it back, three-legged dog. On your exhale, take it across, good to that right elbow. Engaging our core, strong breath. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, step it forward and through to that low runner's lunge. Pivoting on our back foot at about a 45-degree angle. Hug everything into your midline and inhale, sweep the arms up. Coming down into this warrior one here. Softening down through our tailbone. Bending through that front knee. See if we can bend a little bit deeper. Starting our little bit of strength flow here. Inhale, pull the thumbs back. Lift the heart. Exhale, sweep the hands down. If you'd like, you can interlace the fingers here. Send the knuckles down towards the ground as you open up your heart and your chest a little bit more. Deep breath in. Exhale, we'll fold it out here. Keep that front knee bent as we draw that shoulder down towards the knee. Good. Rooting down through that back foot. Good. Breathing here. Building that strength and reminding ourselves that our strength comes from the Lord here. Good, release the hands. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. On our exhale, we'll fold it out. Pivot on that back foot. Planting the palms. Step it back to that plank position or plank variation here. Lower down halfway. Inhale, lift us up. Good, exhale, take it back, downward facing dog. Rooting down through that left heel. Inhale, sweep the right leg up. Come onto your tiptoes here, lift that heel up. Deep breath in. On your exhale, we're going to draw the right knee towards the right elbow here. Your strength comes from the Lord. You got it. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, take it across. Strong breath here. Inhale, reach it up. And on your exhale, we'll step it forward, coming to that low runner's lunge here. Pivoting on that back foot at about a 45-degree angle or so. Rooting down, find your foundation. Inhale, we'll sweep the arms up overhead. Coming into this warrior one here. Find your breath. Catch your breath here if you need to. Softening down through the tailbone. Lifting the heart up a little bit more. Looping the shoulders back. Pulling the thumbs back. Deep breath in. Exhale, we'll float the hands down. If you can, reach the arms back. Maybe you interlace the fingers here. Send the knuckles down as you open up through the heart and the chest. Deep breath here. Deep breath in. Exhale, keep that front knee bent as we drop the chest down. Sending the knuckles up towards the sky or up towards the ceiling here. You got it. Good. Building that heat, finding our strength. Again, meditating on this first. Reminding ourselves that our strength comes from the Lord here. One more breath. Exhale, we'll release the hands. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. On our exhale, we'll pivot on that back foot, bringing our hands down. Good, step it back to that plank position or plank variation. Lower down. Inhale, sweeps us up to that cobra or upward facing dog here. Deep breath in. Exhale, take it up and back. Downward facing dog. Maybe you pedal to the feet a little bit here. Rooting down through that right heel. Inhale, sweep the left leg up. Come onto your tiptoes, lift that right heel. On your exhale, take that knee towards the same side elbow. Inhale, sweep it back. Exhale, take it across. You got it. Inhale, reach it back. And exhale, step it forward. Good, catch your breath. Pivot on that back foot, lining up this front heel and our back arch. We'll take a deep breath in as we sweep it up, coming into this warrior two here. Loop the shoulders back, bend through that front knee. Think about finding that mountain pose, even in this warrior two position. So we stack the ears over the shoulders, shoulders over our hips. See if you can soften down through this right hip bone a little bit here. Good, building that strength. Inhale, we'll reach it forward, up and back. Deep breath in here. Exhale, take it down, extended side angle. We'll drop that forearm down to your knee. Reach up past the finger or past the ears here. Inhale, sweep it up and back. Exhale, reach it forward, find that length. One more here. Inhale, reach it back. Exhale, reach it forward. Good. Inhale, come back to that warrior two. Pull that knee back slightly. Bend through a little bit more. Deep breath in, reach the arms up as we straighten through this front leg. On your exhale, we'll send our hips down, coming into this single leg squat, building that strength. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, sink down. Finding that flow. Inhale, reach. Exhale, sink it down. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, take it down. One more here. Inhale, lift. Exhale, take it back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, take it down. Inhale, we'll lift up, reach the arms up, pivot on that left foot, coming to the long edge of your mat. Let's pull the thumbs back, deep breath in. Exhale, we'll fold it out here. Coming into this wide open A, this straddle forward fold here. Good. Draw your toes in slightly. Maybe walk your heels back. Good, we're gonna reach the right fingertips down. Inhale, we'll sweep the left arm up, finding this twist. Holding here, but keeping the breath steady. Think about drawing that right hip bone back a little bit more. Opening up through this left lung. See if you can peel the lung up towards the sky a little bit more. Deep breath in here. Exhale, float it down. Rooting down to the left fingertips now. Inhale, sweep the right arm up. Find that twist on this other side. Good, pull that left hip bone back slightly. Deep breath in. Exhale, we'll take it down. Bend the knees slightly. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Coming to this star position, lift the heart. Exhale, we'll pivot on that right foot. Coming down to that warrior two on this other side. Deep breath in here. On your exhale, we're going to continue to pivot all the way down so we're facing the back of our mat here. Go for that reset or just take it back to a downward facing dog, whatever feels best for you. You can lower down halfway. Inhale, lift the heart up. Take that deep breath. Exhale, find your downward facing dog. Rooting down through your left heel now. Inhale, sweep the right leg up. On your exhale, draw that knee towards the right elbow here. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, take it across. You got it. Strong breath. Deep breath in. Exhale, we'll step it forward. Pivoting on that back foot here. Lining up this front heel and our back arch. Hug everything into your midline, and on your inhale, we'll sweep it up and come into that warrior two on this other side. Bending through this front knee, softening down through your tailbone, and really rooting down to the straight edge of that back foot. Building the strength. Remind yourself your strength comes from the Lord here. Inhale, we'll reach it forward, up and back. Exhale, drop that forearm down and reach it up, extended side angle. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, reach it forward. Bend through that front knee, you got it. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, reach it forward. Inhale, we'll find that warrior two here. Exhale, sink down a little lower. Find your foundation. Good. See if you can stack the spine a little bit here if you notice your chest falling forward. Inhale, we'll straighten through the legs, reach the arms up. On your exhale, we'll find that single leg squat. Send the hips back. Drive down through that heel. Inhale, reach. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, take it down. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift it up. One more. Exhale, sink it down. You got it. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, sink down. Hold this warrior two here for one more breath. Deep breath in. Exhale it out. Inhale, we'll reach the arms up. Pivot on that right foot. Lift the heart. And exhale, fold it out here. Drawing the toes in slightly. Let's inhale, lift up halfway. Lengthen through the spine. Exhale, float it back down. Let's do that again. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, float it down. One more here. Inhale, lift. Exhale, take it down. Reaching the right fingertips down here. Let's inhale, sweep that left arm up. Find that twist. Draw that right hip bone back. Lift the left lung up a little bit more here. Hold that pose, not the breath. I lift my eyes up to the mountains, to the hills. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. Deep breath in. Exhale, float it down. Reaching the left fingertips down. Inhale, sweep that right arm up. Good, pull the left hip bone back, peel the right lung up towards the sky. Hold it here, you got it. Breathing deeply, deep breath in. Exhale, float it down. Bend the knees here, inhale, sweep the arms up. On your exhale, we'll pivot on that left foot here. Come down to that warrior two, one breath here. Exhale, we'll continue to cartwheel it down, pivot on that back foot. Plant your palms, step it back to that plank position. Maybe you take it down to that downward facing dog, or you go for one more reset here. Lowering down, inhale, sweep it up, deep breath in. And on your exhale, we're gonna bring the big toes together. Step the knees out as wide as your mat and send the hips down towards the heels. Okay, coming into this extended child's pose. Starting to cool down here. You made it through your strength portion. Deep breath in. Exhale. We'll lift it up to a tabletop position. Good. Curl the toes under and walk the hips back towards the heels. Maybe you stay shifted forward here, or maybe you start to stack the spine. Good. Just stretching out the arches of our feet a little bit. Maybe you rock a little side to side. A deep breath in here. Exhale lifts us up into a kneeling position. If you'd like, you can fold your mat over to give your knees some extra padding here. We're going to do one more deep heart opener, a camel pose. You can keep the toes curled under or come onto the tops of your feet here. So many of our back bends, our strength actually starts in our foundation. It's a metaphor physically and spiritually here, right? It's all about our foundation. So see if you can hug your muscles in towards your thigh bones a little bit here. Bringing the hands to your lower back, drawing the elbows back here, loop the shoulders. This may be enough for you here. This is a deep heart opener. Start to lift the eyes up, lift the heart. As you do so, if you want to take this further, you can start to engage your core, belly button draws to the spine. Maybe you start to send the hips forward as you lift the heart. And it does not have to be a huge back bend here. We're just lifting our eyes up, looking forward, looking ahead. Deep breath in. Exhale, we'll roll down. Come into a tabletop position. Wrist in line with your shoulders. Shoulders in line with your wrist here. Knees in line with the hips. We're going to plant down through that right hand. Inhale, sweep the left arm up. And on our exhale, we'll find this twist. Reaching down and through. Maybe you bend through that right elbow. Bringing the left ear onto your mat. Pressing the back of your hand to find a deeper stretch. Opening up through our shoulders, keeping our hips up high if that feels good for you. And just breathe here. Noticing how your body feels, noticing your breath. Maybe you notice the sounds around you here. Just being present in His presence here. We'll take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. On our next inhale, we'll press down through that right palm. Inhale, sweep that left arm up. Exhale, float it back down. Let's find that twist on the other side. Root down through that left hand here. Inhale, sweep the right arm up. Exhale, thread it through. Maybe you come down onto your ear, pressing the back of the hand down into your mat here, down into your floor. And just breathe. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, sink down. On your next inhale, we'll press to that palm, sweep the arm up, and exhale, float it down. Swinging the feet over to one side, we'll have a seat here. Good. Planting the soles of the feet down, gently grabbing onto the backs of the legs. Let's lift the shoulders back, lift the heart up. And exhale, we'll draw our chin down to our chest. Tack a little weight in your hands here as we round through the spine. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, round it back. One more here. Inhale, lift. Exhale, we'll lower all the way down, one vertebrae at a time, coming onto our back here. You can draw the knees into the chest if that feels good for you. Maybe find a couple of circles one way, and then the other here. We're going to extend the legs up. Let that blood flow in the opposite direction. Maybe point and flex the feet here if that feels good for you. Crossing our right heel, our right ankle over the left knee. Coming into this lying pigeon. You can stay here, or if you'd like, interlace the fingers behind the thigh. Gently draw the knee in closer to the chest as you press that knee out. If that feels good for you, maybe you rock a little side to side. Deep breath in. Exhale, unravel, and we'll find that same stretch on the other side, crossing that ankle over the knee. Maybe this is enough for you, or if you'd like, bend that knee, interlace the fingers behind that knee, and draw the knee in a little closer to the chest. Press that left knee out to the side, opening up through our hips and our glutes here. Deep breath in. Exhale, unravel here, shake it out. And we're going to bring our hands down by our sides, or you can find this T position, palms face out. We're going to bend the knees and reverse tabletop position. Crossing our right knee over our left leg here, just drawing the inner thighs together. If the knee doesn't come all the way across, that's perfectly okay. Deep breath in. And on your exhale, we're going to find this twist, gently drawing the knees over to the left here, just to the point where you feel it. Maybe you bring the toes down here if you need a little more support. Now that right shoulder is going to want to lift up. See if you can draw it down to your mat. Finding what's called eagle legs here that's crossing. Deep breath in. Exhale, we'll engage our core, draw everything back to center. Unravel here. And we'll find that same stretch on the other side, drawing the inner thighs together if you can, crossing that leg over. Good, take a deep breath in here. And exhale, we'll gently float our legs down to that other side. Rooting down through that left shoulder blade here. Finding this twist. Breathing deep. Let's take a deep breath in. Exhale, engage the core, come back to center. Unravel here, extend the legs up, deep breath in. And exhale, we'll bring the legs down onto our mat here. Reaching the arms up overhead, finding this full body stretch. If you feel like your body needs any other stretches, feel free to take it here. Deep breath in, reach the arms up. And exhale, we're going to bring our hands down wherever is comfortable for you. Maybe you bring your hands to your belly, to your hips, or down by your sides. Think about this mountain pose, but just on our back. So we're snuggling the shoulder blades together here, tucking the chin slightly so we find that length to the back of the neck. When you made all of your adjustments, let's take a deep breath in through the nose. And exhale out through the mouth here. Inhaling. Exhale, maybe you sigh it out here. One more breath like that. Exhale, sigh it out. And then we'll just allow our breath to return back to its normal rhythm here. Noticing how your body feels. Maybe you notice the sounds around you. Again, I want to encourage you just to be present in His presence, knowing that He is here, right here with us. If you feel comfortable, you can close your eyes and allow your body just to sink into your mat here. I'll read our scripture over us again. So Psalm 121, it's a song of ascent. It's titled Assurance of God's Protection. Verse 1 and 2 says, I lift my eyes to the mountains or to the hills. From where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, who made heaven and earth. So we have to lift our eyes up. We have to look ahead. We have to remind ourselves that our hope is before us. that Jesus, our King, is coming again. I love just that picture of lifting your eyes up to the mountains. When I see the mountains, I think of just power and strength. But the author of this psalm, he asks, where does my help come from? It's not from within ourselves. It's not from anything other than the Lord, from Yahweh. He is our rock and our fortress. He is that firm foundation that we can stand on. He is the maker of heaven and earth. And yet, he cares about all the little birds. He cares about the wildflowers. But he cares for you, and he loves you. So we can rely on him for our strength. So God, we just thank you for this time. Thank you just that we can move our bodies, that we can breathe. Or that maybe if we're outside, we can just enjoy your nature and your creation, just singing their praises to you. God, help us to remember that you are our rock, our fortress, our foundation. You are the source of our strength. We can rely on you. So help us to lift our eyes up, to look ahead, to keep hoping, to have faith in you. Lord, we love you. We thank you. And it's in your name I pray. Amen. So maybe you stay here a little bit longer, just spending some time in prayer, in gratitude and reflection. Whenever you're ready, we'll find a little bit of gentle movement, wiggling the fingers and wiggling the toes here. In time, we'll gently roll over onto one side, taking a few breaths. And then we'll press it back up into that seated position. Finding this mountain pose even here, lifting the crown of the head, bringing our ears over our shoulders over our hips. Just take a breath. Inhale, let's sweep the arms up overhead one more time. Lift your eyes, lift your heart. And on your exhale, we'll bring our hands down together. Shalom. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you're feeling good and rejuvenated and encouraged that He is our ever-present help. So lift your eyes up today and remember to keep living lightly.